Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout for you featuring some beautiful products from Paper Rose Studios. I'm going to be using the Rainbow Wood and Rainbow Garden papers today, and I'm basically going to just be using the papers from this collection. I wanted to focus on using branding strips, and I'm going to go ahead and start with this background. So this is from the Rainbow Wood pattern paper. I'm going to add a little bit of a mixed media element to the background. So I have some aqua pigments from Brutus Monroe and my fan brush. I am going to liberally splatter some pearl first, and then I'm going to come in with some gilded. I love, love, love how mixed media sits right on top of Paper Rose pattern papers. So you really can see all of those beautiful splatters and all of the different colors right on top of the papers. And that's because of the coating that is on Paper Rose's papers. It's not glossy, but it's not matte either. It's, Wild Whispers papers used to have this too, this coating, and it's awesome for mixed media because the paper will really hold up to the mediums. The last color of aqua pigment I'm using is called Gingerbread. This was a special color that was only available if you attended their 10th anniversary party in December, which I did. So I have this beautiful color. It's like a brown, but it has this like coppery gold in it. It's beautiful. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. We're going to go ahead and get started on our page design. So here is that pattern paper all dry. Look how gorgeous. I just love, love, love how mixed media sits on these papers. I'm going to go ahead and start by matting my photos. Today's layout will have 3 photos. One of the photos is of my oldest son, Morgan, and his best friend when the two of them were probably about the ages of 3 or 4. The other 2 photos are photos I just took of them this past September. So it would be 2024, which means in this case that the photo on the bottom is about 20 years old. And then the 2 photos at the top are current photos. I wanted to go ahead and create like a little now and then page because these 2 have been friends for so long. And I thought it would be really fun to show you a little way to bust your stash of branding strips. So Paper Rose is a company that gives you beautiful pattern branding strips. Not all companies do, but Paper Rose does. And I insist on keeping all of the branding strips. So these are the branding strips from the Rainbow Garden collection, which matches the Rainbow Woods collection in colors. So it was a really good way to use up some of these branding strips. So what I'm going to do is I chose a set of 3 colors, and I'm going to start by adhering down my photographs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 3 branding strips, just like you see here, and I'm going to have them kind of flying out of the side of each of the photos. So for the 2 current photos of Morgan and his best friend, the photos will be on the left, and then the branding strips will go out to the right. And then for the photo from 20 years ago, that one will be in the lower right-hand corner with the branding strips going out to the left. I am going to measure these out. I don't want the branding strips all sitting at the same spot. And I'm going to cut a little bit of a diagonal on the end of the branding strip so they kind of alternate and almost look like ribbons. I am keeping them a little bit long because I want to be able to fill each of these branding strips with embellishments. One more set of 3, and then we can go ahead and work on our title. Our title for today's layout is Now and Then, and I die cut it from all of the different wood grain papers in the Rainbow Garden paper pad. I used a metal die that was in my stash that has like the letter and then the outline. So I cut the letter portion in one color and then the outline portion in another. And I chose 2 patterns for each word so that it kind of mimics the colors that are in that background paper. I think the fun thing about the Rainbow Wood and Rainbow Garden collection is all of the color. It's so beautiful. And so I wanted to add as much color as I could with these papers. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my title down. And just so you know, I am not gluing letters to a 20-year-old picture. That picture has been digitized and I just reprinted it. And now I'm going to put embellishment clusters right on top of those branding strips. I chose some wax seals and I chose a lot of wood veneer embellishments from my stash. So these are all stash elements. And what I did was I went through my stash and I chose things that represented these boys. So I kind of did this earlier or late last week when I did my currently page with my things and all the things I like and kind of collaged this. For this one, I chose the things that really reminded me of these 2 boys. So the little movie, they love movies. They love going out and eating food and getting bubble teas and just all of that kind of stuff. And then because this particular photo, the current photo was taken in September, I felt like the leaves were a good representation to add. Lastly, I just want to add a little bit of sparkle. And again, there's a lot of color going on. So by adding the wood veneer, by adding the more toned down wax seals, and then by adding these deep dark chocolate and bronze colored sequins, it kind of pulls everything together so that the whole layout is cohesive and fun, but also super colorful. I absolutely love how this layout turned out. I think it turned out so cute. I think this is a really fun way to use up and stash bust a bunch of branding strips, and I would encourage you to try it. I also really love how that splatter turned out in the background. I just think this layout turned out so sweet. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this process video, and if you did, I would absolutely love it if you could hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to join me here on my channel. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.